Hey there, folks. Santee at the Arizona Ghostwriters here. We got some mail. Santee, I want to hear about shackles in the Old West. Batjack JW. Shackles, manacles, handcuffs, leg irons. Yeah, it'll take some restraint, but we'll do it.
Kid, I wouldn't last 5 minutes leading an outfit like that if I wasn't as rotten as hell.
Not all bad guys in the Old West ended up in a pine box. Hollywood would have us believe that lawmen would rather shoot first, but it might surprise you that a lot of miscreants chose to surrender than die in a hail of gunfire. Okay, that was unnecessary. Maybe. Those of you fond of Saturday mornings with Santee might feel like captive audience members, but this is taking it to a whole nother level. Restraints have been around since prehistoric times. Since most humans use their hands to wield weapons and their legs to run, it makes sense to keep those extremities bound together. We won't talk about all of them, just the ones prevalent in the Wild West. There were a few varieties out there. Excuse me. The manacles seen here lock your wrists with no ability for movement. This idea was not uncommon. Here's another type called the bango. This restriction to shackles was changing. The flexible was made up of two cuffs separated by a couple links of chains so that the prisoner had a somewhat larger range of movement. Some other styles were designed for pain compliance, like the twister and the nipper.
That's the sound of a man working on the chain gang.
Ankle restraints, also known as fetters, would normally be seen in prison situations or work crews outside of prisons. Prior to the Old West, they saw use in the slave trade. Some inmates were chained together and would have a heavy iron ball to further inhibit fleeing. Hence the term ball and chain.
You say you're sorry, or I'm gonna make you sorry.
The mid-century locking system had a screw key that upon turning would slowly release the cuff restraint. It took many turns, so kinda awkward with a malfeasant standing right in front of you. Hey, Dan.
Good morning.
Hey, could you... Dan?
Huh?
Dan?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing?
I don't know. Jerry did this. I guess I was being too rambunctious. Can you just get me out of here? Don't screw it. Get me out of here.
Sure.
I know. They're difficult. I know. But I don't know how they did this in the Old West.
Oh, the hell with this.
Pretty good.
I'll be back. I'm gonna get a bigger hammer.
They were also not adjustable, so one size fits all. Except we know that's not true. By the late 1860s, a new design was around with a ratcheting system that was adjustable. Billy the Kid was chained to the floor in the Lincoln County Courthouse. Since they didn't have a proper cell to put him in, this was a pretty good deterrent. One theory as to his escape was that he slipped his small hands through the shackles. So, not such a good deterrent, after all. Recently, we Ghostwriters did a show in historic Florence, and Arizona Red played Sheriff Peter Gabriel, circa 1888. Here he is standing next to the current sheriff, Mark Lamb. Interestingly, both are carrying a version of shackles. Just 133 years separates them. Now, there is a National Donut Day and a National Bowling Day. It appears that there's also a National Handcuff Day. Well, I can only hazard a guess how one celebrates that.
You gonna book me?
Maybe.
Handcuffs?
Yeah, February 20th. I didn't know that. Apparently, George A. Carney was given a patent number on that day in 1912 for his lightweight and adjustable swinging bow ratchet type handcuff. That's a mouthful. Incidentally, George's technology is still used today. This is a nice prop to have for a lawman or a bounty hunter impression. I guess you could use them for a Harry Houdini character, but where you'd do that escapes me. Reproductions for the Old West ones can be found in a few places, and I'll put some links down in the description field below. Be advised that some of these are made to look like they've been rusting in a cell for 100 years, whereas others look shiny new. So make sure you get something that fits your character. Well folks, that's it for another episode. Thanks for watching. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on down the trail. Right? And it goes around that little blue archer. That's good.